Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" Then a second question came, a bit more personal. "But who do you say that I am?" What would you answer? Dr. Brand Petrie, in his book Jesus the Bridegroom, the greatest love story ever told, this is not a paid commercial, also says that there is an answer that would be obvious to the people at Jesus' time, but not for us. Jesus is the divine bridegroom. From an ancient Jewish perspective, God is also a bridegroom because he desires ardently to be united to his people Israel, as a bridegroom loves his bride. The books of the prophets describe the covenant between Israel and God that happened at Mount Sinai as a marriage. Jesus comes to renew and fulfill this covenant of love now between God and the new Israel, his church. Thinking about Jesus as your divine bridegroom may sound a little weird to you. Maybe okay for nuns and mystics, but what about normal people? Well, I'm not saying that nuns are not normal. Why is it important to think about Jesus as your divine bridegroom? Look into your heart. What do you truly desire? Mutual love, a love that will last forever. And what is the greatest sign of this love? The greatest image or expression? Marriage. This is what God wants to offer us. The passion, death, and resurrection of Jesus brought us forgiveness. But God wants to give us more. If Jesus washed us clean in the blood and water that came from his pierced side on the cross, is to make us his bride, a bride to whom he can give himself totally, in body and spirit. No one among us would dare to claim for himself the title of bride of Christ for his soul. But because we belong to the church, which justly glories in this name and its reality, we not unjustly appropriate a share in this glory. So we are all called to experience the love of Christ as the divine bridegroom, because we are members of the church. But the way we're going to experience it is going to vary according to our vocation. February 2nd is the day for consecrated life. We religious, in the consecration of our body and soul, bear witness to the love of Christ, a love so great that can fulfill and satisfy the deepest desire of our hearts, a love for which is worthy selling everything to follow him. Married couples are also called to discover Jesus' spousal love in their relationship, to become a sign of his faithful and sacrificial love for his church. I sometimes wonder if so many broken marriages are not only the result of choosing the wrong person, but of forgetting or simply not knowing that husbands and wives are called to love each other with Jesus' love, and not only with our poor love that is often quite selfish. Today I invite you to pray with the Gospel of John, chapter 13, where the evangelist tells us how Jesus washed the feet of his disciples. You may remember Peter's reaction. He had definite ideas of what his master should and shouldn't do, and washing his feet wasn't among them. He said, "You will never wash my feet." It was common at that time for disciples to wash the feet of their teacher, but not the other way around. But there might be another reason for his hesitation. Have you ever had your feet washed? At the monastery we do it on every Holy Thursday. It's a really moving ceremony. The abbess washes the feet of each sister, and there we are, with our feet exposed, young and old feet, big and small. We all look poor and vulnerable, waiting for our feet to be washed. Why is it so difficult to have our feet washed? Because it means to let someone get really close to us, where we feel most vulnerable. Would you let Jesus get as close to you as to wash your feet? Remember, you have nothing to lose and all to gain: the love of a bridegroom for his bride. This is Sister Maria at Our Lady of the Angels Monastery, and here at the monastery we are praying for you. Thank you for watching.